I am so excited to be talking about three things I'm obsessed with. It's charcuterie boards, friends, and making memories. And that is what you'll get from Platter and Pine, a new Missouri based company. And I am joined by the woman behind Platter and Pine, Marissa Mainer. Marissa, so great to have you on Unscripted.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Okay. So I'm acting like we're strangers, but we're not. We go way back. Marissa and I actually attended Mizzou together and did the whole J school hustle, I guess you will say. But Marissa, you before that were in pageants. You've done journalism. You're now a business owner and you're a mother of five. So take me back to kind of those beginnings in the pageants and journalism and how you got to where you are today with Platter and Pine.
Yeah. Um, Honestly, I think I fell into journalism because I always loved storytelling. I always loved talking to people, and I really loved writing, but I wanted to do it in a different medium. And that was how I kind of fell into journalism, and I really grew a love for it. I mean, the J School is fantastic. They really fostered your love for storytelling there. Halfway into college, I quickly realized that it was super expensive. And that's how I fell into pageants. Pageants were a great way for me to earn some scholarship money towards all of my education costs. So I started doing that, but I quickly learned in that the two correlated a lot. Part of pageants was I had to do a 10-minute interview and they could ask me any question, and I had to be able to eloquently answer anything they would throw at you from, what is your opinion on a current event to what's your favorite color and why. So
Hmm.
it really helped me refine those public speaking skills that I then used a lot in journalism. Loved journalism, graduated and got a job out in the big bad world in a newsroom. And I loved it for a while, but then I started a family, and kudos to all the women out there who are able to do both. Um, I just realized that at that point in my life, I felt like I needed to make a choice. And I decided to take all the skills that I learned in journalism and apply them in a different way. So then I kind of took a lot of left turns. I went the public relations route, and then I went the marketing route, and then I fell into recruiting. And that was where I was for the last, gosh, almost decade, doing agency and corporate recruiting. And after doing that for a while, I kind of got the idea that I was building a lot of other people's dreams and I wanted to start building my own. So that was when I broke out on my own in 2021 and I started the tour of entrepreneurship. Ran a successful, and still do run a successful recruiting agency. Um, I had two kids when I started my recruiting agency, and then I had a third. And then we were surprised with twins in October. So a 9 to 5 wasn't going to work for me anymore because I am now a full-time stay-at-home mom. And that was when Platter and Pine was born. It was a way for me to continue feeling like I had something for myself, but I could do it on nights and weekends so that my priority during the day could still be my kids. So that's kind of a bite-sized journey.
Bites. My goodness, girl, you do it all. And kudos to you for doing it all, running businesses, having kids. You're doing the thing, and I'm so proud of you. So, let's
Yeah.
dive in then to Platter and Pine, this new business that you recently started. What exactly is Platter and Pine?
It is a traveling charcuterie bar. So charcuterie is huge right now. Everybody loves charcuterie. I love charcuterie. I am a total grazer. Put me at a snack table and I'm in my happy place. And I cannot take credit for it. I definitely saw a colleague of mine. She had this idea for a traveling charcuterie cart, and it was really big on the coasts. Really big in California, really big in Texas, but hadn't quite made its way to the Midwest yet. And so after doing some research, I realized that there wasn't anyone here offering this, but I thought, man, I bet you a bunch of people would love it. So, quickly reached out to her. She kind of gave me all of the ins and outs on how to start this business. And I got started. It is a mobile cart that actually folds completely flat and fits in the back of my minivan.
Oh my gosh.
So I can take it anywhere. And then it pops up and I'm able to have all of the tasty bites that you would see on a traditional charcuterie board. So the meats, the cheeses, the fruits, the sweets. But it is all individually served. So as opposed to hoping you get, your favorite bite on a traditional grazing board, everyone gets their own little plate at your event.
I absolutely love this idea, this whole concept, because of course I came across it on social media and I was like, this is genius because I don't really have a creative finger on my hand, or both hands, I should say. So, like, making the nice little flower arrangements with the salami, totally not my jam. So, and of course, like putting together a charcuterie board, it takes time. You got to go to the store, get all the ingredients, then put it all together. Then you're serving it up to friends. So, taking all that out and allowing me, my friends, my family, wherever I'm doing this, for you to serve that to me is such a time saver and such a convenience. So thank you for bringing Platter and Pine to the Midwest. And speaking of bringing it to the Midwest, you currently serve the St. Charles area, but are you planning to hopefully maybe expand further outside of St. Charles, maybe across the state of Missouri?
Yes, yes. The plans are to expand to add more carts and add more options to the cart. Right now, we're focusing completely on the food side of charcuterie, but there's a whole nother side of that, which is the wine and beer pairings. That goes perfect with charcuterie. So eventually, the hope is to expand to add more carts, expand to add a wine and beer option to work with local breweries, to work with local wineries and offer those things, but really highlighting Missouri grown items. I try to go to local farmers markets and I try to do as much as I can locally.
Mhm.
Um, so that we're really getting kind of the taste of Missouri in your charcuterie cart, as well as getting all of the tasty bites that you enjoy.
Marissa, you are seriously a woman after my heart and after our reviewers' hearts, because here in Southwest Missouri, we are huge on shopping local, supporting local. And I love that you are doing that. You're over in St. Charles, St. Louis area, but you're still keeping that local feel to your business. So for people that might be visiting the St. Louis area for a girls' weekend, maybe a staycation, maybe a quick little, honeymoon getaway, who knows? What's the best way to, book you, reach out to you, get a hold of you?
Yeah, so the best way right now is you can find us on the socials. You can find us on Facebook at Platter and Pine, and the and is going to be an and symbol, not an and word. And then on Instagram, we're Platter and Pine _ STL. So that's the best way to get a hold of us right now. You can also just email us at Platter and Pine, so that's the and spelled out, at gmail.com, and we can send you all of the information. We are currently booking for end of April and then into May. We've still got some openings in there. So anytime, we'd love to have you guys.
Awesome. Marissa, thank you so much. And of course, congratulations on this business venture. And I wish you all the success in the world. It was so great catching up with you. And you guys, make sure if you're in the St. Louis area, book Platter and Pine for any of your staycation, vacation, girls' weekend needs, even maybe graduation, maybe even a birthday. Hit up Marissa. She will take care of you.